here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. It's time for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago Cubs. First pitch coming your way next. All right, ready to get underway. And into the box for Baltimore, Jorge Mateo. There's the strike at the knees, and we're underway. And a bunt towards third. And he'll be safe at first.
Well, I hope that's not a sign of things to come in this one for either side. We want to see a good, clean game in this one. An error on the first play of the game kind of makes you wonder, but it's a great chance for this visiting lineup to strike first.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Mateo on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
In the dirt. Runner at first with no outs here. Backed off the plate that time. Snap throw to first. Mateo back safely. Nobody out. Runner at first. And there's a ball.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field. It gets down, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Cut on and lifted in the air. Makes the catch for the out. Tyler O'Neill.
It's early, but these at-bats can impact the game just as much as they do later. Here's a chance to set the tone early for your team.
And that one fouled off.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. And that's it.
If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Just missed. Adley Rutschman in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Three-two now. And they're all loaded up.
Take your base.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Golden opportunity right here. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. All loaded up here in the third and final game of the series. The other way. Makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. On the board first, it's 1-zip.
Good piece of hitting right there. He's thinking off the bat, that's getting down for extra bases, but nice job of the outfielder running it down, making the catch. Still comes away with the sac fly, though, RBI.
Here's Ramon Laureano.
He really needs to start making more contact, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
And ball 1. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Here's the throw to the plate. Save! In comes the run from second. It's 2-0.
Everything came together for him. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Westburg launched a homer in his most recent game. And he hits a ground ball right side. Corner over to first. Out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Orioles 2, and the Cubs coming up. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Fouled off left side. The Orioles would love to get a win in this one to boost their postseason hopes.
Yeah, and the clubhouse mood swings a little more with each game down the stretch, Boog. Win this one, and they'll be feeling pretty good. Lose it, and maybe some anxiety starts to set in.
Ball, go.
I don't know how you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
Smash down the left field line. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got a leadoff double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
John Birdie at the plate. Swinging a foul straight back. That misses. 1-1. Late on that fastball.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Man at second.
Ball.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the 6th time they've set him down on strikes in the series. So no doubt frustration mounting and very high right now.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Hitless in the series. He's 0 for 9. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two outs. Swing and a miss.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 hit, 1 left. 2nd inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Orioles 2 and the Cubs nothing. Second inning set to go. And the batter now, Colton Cowser. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, made it so comfortable for his club to secure that win. Very fresh team today, and it doesn't have to be all on him, but the way he's been swinging it, I expect him to have another big one.
Swing and a foul out of play. Ball 1 there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Next pitch is outside. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Kelly makes the play, and there's 1 away.
Standing up, the first baseman,
Frank Blunt, the next to hit for the Orioles. Looking to stay hot after yesterday's game. 4 for 5 in that one. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Crow Armstrong ranges back. And it is gone. His 8th of the series, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Jorge Mateo now. And that drops in for a strike. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That was the sweeper, but it missed. One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the second. Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. 2 down, base is empty. Ryan Mountcastle now at the plate. Singled and scored his first time. Outside. 1-0. Mountcastle, 28 years old. And he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. And delivers outside.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
There's a strike up high. And a count 2-1. Lined, and that's a base hit. And that extends the inning. And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Fly to left his first time. Clips the corner, and it's 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Step off throw to first. Mountcastle back on a dive. And that one fouled off. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. Next pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Orioles 3 and the Cubs nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, in half up to hit. Rodriguez back to work. Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
In the air, left field, down the line, and it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Kelly.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. 2 for 8 in the series so far. On the ground to the left, Westberg. And that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We've played 2 full. It's the Orioles 3 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. And a strike.
You know, these Orioles showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That's inside. That one finds the zone. And the count even at 1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's outside. And they'll do it again. Now fly ball to right center. Crow Armstrong. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Laureano comes up to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Foul ball. Lined, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Oh, that's just an unacceptable error right there. Just kind of lackadaisical in getting it back into the infield, and there's really no excuse for that. Turned a simple single into a runner in scoring position now.
Now the third baseman, Jordan Westberg. Grounded out his first time. Swing and a high fly ball left field. and makes the grab, and that'll do it. And the Orioles lead one, but they lead it 3-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the inning, and now Pete Crow Armstrong. Crow Armstrong with a homer in his last game. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Back to the top of the lineup. So here's Horner now. Doubled in his first AB. That
Ball
is
one.
upstairs for ball one.
1 ball, no strike.
Late on that fastball.
I think he was
1
sitting
ball,
off speed
1
there.
strike.
Fought off foul. 1 out, bases empty. On the ground, right side, Mateo. 2 up, 2 down.
You're out.
Number 5,
2 outs, bases empty. And stepping in is the speedy John Birdie. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's out to center field. Kowser should have this one. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Back in the ballpark, and in this series it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. This one in the air. Horner brings it in, and there's one away.
the first baseman, number 10, Frank Blunt.
Blunt with 4 runs batted in his last game.
Love seeing someone drive in a bunch of runs like he did, Boog. Doing that consistently lets your teammates know they can count on you to come through when the team needs it most.
And there's 2 down.
The batter, number 3, second baseman,
So up next, Jorge Mateo.
If there's nobody on in front of him, you know, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
Just missed.
1-0.
Offense held in check there, and midway in the 4th, it's the Orioles 3 and the Cubs nothing. And we're back, ready to go, bottom 4. Here's Kyle Tucker. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
You know, these Cubs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
He takes it on his own. 1 up, 1 down. Stepping in, Seiya Suzuki. Went down on strikes his first time through.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand. Well, here's a fun fact for you, Boog. Suzuki is the first Japanese-born player to homer in 3 consecutive plate appearances in the majors. Feel free to use that note in your next Cubs broadcast, buddy.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one missing low. The Orioles leading by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. One gone, runner at first. Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 1 so far. Checks over to first. Back safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead. Be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
1 strike.
There's a swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Suzuki at first, 1 gone. Good job to fight that one off.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was. But just a little tardy on the fastball.
Here's the 0-2. Way inside, gets out of the way. Got him swinging. Goes to second. Save. And he's into scoring position with 2 away on a wild pitch. And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. 1 for 1 with a single so far. In there for strike 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That one fouled off. And down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. So 1 hit is all they get. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Orioles 3 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Shota back to work. And there's a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Brazier up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Merriweather also getting ready. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And that's outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Spoils the two. That misses the zone, and that's ball three.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
That one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Makes the turn and heads for second. Tag, and they got him. So an error on the play, but they get the out anyway. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. Headed towards the corner. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. Around second now as they still don't have it. And he's there at third with a triple.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Shota Imanaga is done, and unfortunately he didn't get much help behind him defensively. New arm coming in. We'll be back. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Julian Merriweather.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Tyler O'Neill getting ready to hit. And the first offering is not close. Runner on at third, one gone. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And a base hit knocks in a run.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
Runner on at first with one gone. Adley Rutschman the next to hit. And he chases a high fastball there. Merriweather measures 6 feet 4 inches, 215 pounds, and he was a 5th round pick back in 2014. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
To short, could be 2. To Horner at second for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Orioles 4 and the Cubs nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And here comes Dansby Swanson. That one the other way. Now the throw to first on the run. But he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Man at first, Carson Kelly. Next, he's 0 for 1. And that one just missed off the outside edge.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be trading moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Ball 2. 2-0 to count.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. In the dirt, but kept close. To second, pulls him off the bag. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
And the right-hander's 3-1. On the ground, Westberg whips it across, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
The center fielder, number 4,
So digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong struck out swinging his first time.
Look, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Coming home. He'll score. So the batting order turns over, and here is Nico Horner, 1 for 2. That one catches the corner for a strike. Man at second. Liner caught at second.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Now the number 2 hitter, John Birdie, 0 for 2 in this one. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
A little out front there as he swings through it. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they have...
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 5. It's the Orioles 4 and the Cubs 1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Right through there for a strike. Late on that fastball.
No ball. 2 strikes. Ball.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. That one missed.
You know, these Orioles doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity. Nearly half have been traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
Ball to strike. And a foul ball. Laureano gets his lead at first with nobody out.
2-2.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And now a man into scoring position.
That pitch was pretty far outside, further than he was set up, so kind of a tough one to handle, but still something he knows he should have had since it bounced off his glove and got away.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Just missed.
Full count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Colton Cowser digs in now. That one outside, and that's ball 1. He was looking to come up with the shutdown inning, and off to a shaky start. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
Ahoy. 2-1.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
No outs, runners at first and second. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hit in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong should have it. Makes the grab, 1 down.
The first baseman, number 10, strike 1.
1 out. Runners at first and second. Blunt was launching balls out left and right in his last game, hitting 4 home runs.
That 4-homer performance he had, Boo, that's really special. That just doesn't happen every day. Heck, nobody did it for nearly 15 years between Willie Mays in 1961 and Mike Schmidt in 1976.
That one drilled left field. Makes the grab, 2 down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Jorge Mateo. 0 for 3 in this one. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
And there's a ball. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And that is that. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Part of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Orioles 4 and the Cubs 1. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. On the outside corner, it's 0-1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
That one misses, and the count 1-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. That's his 8th strikeout of the game.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two, is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
One and two here. That's down and in.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
That misses. Full count now. Now a high fly ball out to left center. O'Neill getting an angle on it. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 8, Ian.
So 2 down now, and here is Ian Happ. First pitch misses. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, digging for 2. The relay, but he's in there easily.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
So runner at second, 2 down. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. And a foul ball. And there's a foul ball. On the ground to third. Tosses to first. Inning over. One left for the Cubs, and they trail it 4-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Brazier.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now it's the DH, Ryan Mountcastle. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. That clips the corner. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one down. And the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. First offering, and it just misses.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one is lifted in the air. Sizing this one up, hauls it in, 2 away.
The left fielder, number 9, Tyler.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Tyler O'Neill. And that is out of play. Strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
One, two.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing here this half. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Orioles 4 and the Cubs 1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summer. And that one fouled off. The 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball. Well, he's back out there to begin the 7th. That surprised you at all, Chris?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little rough 6th inning there, but his skipper's got a lot of confidence in him. But trust me, they will keep a close eye on how he does in this one.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Grayson Rodriguez will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Brian Baker.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit, has grounded out a couple of times.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
One down, base is empty.
Inside.
On the ground, right side. Slings to first, and that quickly 2 away.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. And he pumps it a strike.
0-1.
That misses, and 1-1. Swings through that one.
So hard to touch.
1-2.
I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
Ripped on a line.
Oh, I got it.
Reaching for it. Makes the catch. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tyson Miller. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And now the catcher comes up to him, Adley Rutschman. In for a strike, 0-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you're a broken back as you drive back to the dugout.
2 strikes.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. So a man at first. And now the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. Miller in his 3rd season, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. That one ripped left field, and it hits the fence. And he's got a double, his 4th hit.
All over that one right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Jordan Westburg.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Fastball for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Rutschman on third. Laureano at second with nobody out. Liner snagged at first.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. The left-hander on now, number 43.
Huge opportunity to add on to the lead for this offense right now, but we'll see what he has to say about that. He's going to have to make some great pitches to work out of this jam, though.
And next for the Orioles, Colton Cowser.
Fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly, soft ground ball to the right side, find a hole. He can attack this a few ways, but the one thing he can't do is strike out.
There's a strike.
Got no problem with that take. First pitch from a reliever you haven't seen for a while. Want to make sure that you can pick up the release point.
Second and third, one away, and we're in the top of the eighth. And that misses. And that is ball one. Just missed.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 on, 1 out. And that one is downstairs. And now 3 balls and a strike. Check swing, called strike. That one to first. And he takes it himself for the out. And now the first baseman, Frank Lunt. He's already homered in this game. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. Gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 7-1. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Get as many high fives as possible. Man, this guy's a ball of energy right now and having the game of his life.
Two outs, nobody on. Jorge Mateo, the next to hit for the Orioles. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
0-1.
Next offering is fouled back. That missed by a lot. 1-2 to count. Outside. Two out, space is empty. And a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. So they get 3 runs on 2 hits, including the homer. No errors and no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Orioles 7 and the Cubs 1. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings. Baker back to work. That misses, and it's 1-0.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
That's a little bit low. There's a swing and a drive. O'Neill going back on it. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. Home run number 10 of the year. It's 7-2.
Really impressive hitting the ball that far going into the wind. Nothing was going to stop it from getting over the wall. Can be pretty dangerous when you fall behind in the count 2-0. You've still got to try to find a way to keep that hitter off balance. Well, he wasn't able to do it there. The hitter did a nice job of turning that pitch around, not missing it in a hitter's count.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brian Baker won't go any further tonight. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Yennier Cano will take over here.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And next for the Cubs, John Birdie.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
There's the strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
And now 1-2.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
That one just misses. Two down.
Ball. Full count.
Drive ripped out into left center field, and a touchdown for a hit. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone. Now let's see if they can string something together and make it a little more interesting.
Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Hard hit right side. Sends it to first, and Tucker is retired.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Seiya Suzuki. 1 for 3. That's in there. Strike 1. Birdie takes his lead at third with 1 away. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit, the Happ Daddy. Pitches in for a strike. 0-1. Runner at third, 2 away. Outside low, and that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's the third. Base hit, and a run comes in. Throws to second. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors, no one left. Through 8 full, it's the Orioles 7 and the Cubs 3. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Trevor Richards.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And now the DH, Ryan Mountcastle.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Yeah, that skips into dirt. That's off the mark, and that's ball 2. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Colin Ray, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Ripped, but it curls foul. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Stays alive. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And here is Gunnar Henderson. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
2 outs, base is empty. Tyler O'Neill, the next to hit for the Orioles. Bounced up the middle, and that chance handled. The throw to first, and O'Neill is retired. And that's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the 9th. It's the Orioles 7 and the Cubs 3. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
And now Michael Busch. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing.
Man at first, nobody out. Dansby Swanson getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Bush gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Tap foul at the plate. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Next offering way upstairs.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Line drive. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the catcher, Kelly.
He's 2 outs away. Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. He swings and fouls one off. Yeah, that's fouled off. Man at first, one away. In the air, out towards left center. Cowser pulls it in, and there's 2 away.
The center fielder, number 4.
So they're down to their final out. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next to hit.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Dominguez is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game. Lunt was a big contributor for them in the win. 2 homers on the day.
Such a tremendous effort at the dish. Not every game is going to be like this one, so you need to enjoy it when it's happening.